A while back I made a video about the details shown on Rembrandt van Rijn's The Night Watch, and I thought it would be interesting to do that with a different painting. I'm not an art historian, but there are some details on this painting that I would like to point out and discuss. In English, this painting is called the Whale Oil Refinery near the village of Smerenburg on Spitsbergen, painted by Cornelis de Man in 1639. But it seems to be based on this painting by Abraham Speek from 1634, depicting a Danish whaling station on Spitsbergen. It's almost the same composition, only all the references to the Danes have been replaced to references for the Dutch, like flags and clothing styles. This is also the only known surviving painting by Abraham Speek, who is also known for inventing an explosive whaling harpoon, which turned out to be too heavy for actual use during testing. Another interesting detail about this painting is that the ships are flying the Danish flag, but also a flag belonging to a Danish knightly order. Now back to the painting by Cornelis de Man. He never traveled to the Arctic himself, so everything on the painting is based on the painting by Abraham Speek and eyewitness accounts by others. In the painting we see a few different phases of whale hunting, like the chase and a whale being dragged back to another whaling station on the other side of the water. A few paintings that depict Dutch whaling in the 17th century depict multiple of these phases of the whale hunt. On the left, on the foreground, we see a whale carcass that has been dragged ashore. A fat cutter is busy cutting large strips of whale fat from the carcass that will be pulled of the carcass with the help of a mechanism that looks a lot like a ship's capstan. The strips of fat are brought to other men who cut them into smaller pieces and throw them into large cauldrons to render the fat. The rendered fat is then cooled in large water vats. The whale oil will flow to the top and is then poured into barrels. These barrels are then transported to the ships before being transported back to the Netherlands. We also see a ship that seems to be pulled by 3 rowboats. The sails of the ship have been draped over the deck. This is probably for some sort of maintenance which isn't clearly shown. We also see 3 dogs and 2, maybe 3 pairs of what could be harpooner's boots.
We also have these guys checking out 2 harpoons. One with probably a fur hat, in a style that's very reminiscent of Eastern European fur hats, but we also see them a lot in Dutch paintings in the early 17th century. And this guy with what looks like a fur-lined Dutch coat.
And my personal favorite detail on the whole painting is this piece of graffiti on the side of one of the chimneys of the cookeries in the shape of a polar bear. If you have any questions about this painting or Dutch whaling in general, leave them in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video.